Imagine you're at a huge concert, the lights flashing, the music pounding, and thousands of fans singing along to their favorite songs. That's where this whole story starts, back in July 2025, at a Coldplay show in Massachusetts. The band was rocking the stage at Gillette Stadium, and frontman Chris Martin was doing his thing. Chatting with the crowd and putting people up on the big screen, the Jumbotron. He spots this couple in the audience who seem really close, like they're sharing a sweet moment, but something feels off. Chris makes a funny comment about it, joking that they might be too shy or maybe up to something sneaky. The crowd laughs, but little did anyone know that quick moment would blow up into a massive story that shook to people's lives and even a whole company. The video of that Jumbotron clip gets recorded by a fan named Grace Springer. She posts it online and boom, within hours, it's everywhere. People start digging, trying to figure out who these two are. Turns out the man is Andy Byron, the head boss of a tech company called Astronomer. And the woman? She's Kristin Cabot, who worked right under him as the chief people officer. Kind of like the top person handling team stuff and making sure everyone gets along at work. Both of them are married, but not to each other. That's what makes the clip so juicy. They look way too cozy for just coworkers enjoying a show. The internet goes wild, sharing the video millions of times, and suddenly, everyone's talking about this kiss cam mishap at the concert. Astronomer isn't your average company. It was started in 2018 in Cincinnati, Ohio, and helps businesses handle big piles of data using something called the Astro platform. It's like a smart tool that makes computers work better together. The company has grown fast, with offices in sunny California spots like San Francisco and San Jose, just a couple months before this all happened. In May 2025, they got a huge boost of money, $93 million from investors. That put their value at $740 million. So they're a big deal in the tech world, doing important stuff behind the scenes for other companies. But now with this video out there, the bosses at Astronomer have to step in. They start a serious check into what happened. Just 4 days after the concert, on July 19th, Andy Byron steps down from his job. The board says he didn't live up to the company's rules on how to act. They bring in Pete DeJoy, one of the original founders, and the guy in charge of products, to take over as temporary leader. A week later, Kristin Cabot leaves her role too. The company confirms it quietly, but everyone knows it's tied to that concert clip. Both of them scrub their online profiles, like taking down their LinkedIn pages to stay out of the spotlight. Now, let's zoom in on Kristin. She's been at Astronomer since 2024, helping run the people side of things. Before that, she had a solid career, but this job put her in the big leagues. She's married to Andrew Cabot, a guy who's all about rum, yes, the drink made from sugarcane. He's the CEO of Privateer Rum, a company that's been in his family for generations. He's the sixth one to lead it. They live in New Hampshire, and while Andrew has 2 kids from an earlier marriage, he and Kristin don't have any together. Their life seemed pretty normal from the outside: family, work, the usual stuff. But after the video hits, things get personal fast. On August 13th, about a month after the concert, Kristin files papers to end the marriage in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. It's all official now, out in court records for anyone to see. People wonder, did the concert push her to do this, or was it coming anyway? That's where Andrew comes in, speaking up for the first time on September 8th, the same day some big news stories break. Through a spokesperson talking to a magazine called People, he shares that he and Kristin had already been living apart, quietly and without drama, for weeks before that Coldplay night. The choice to split up was already in the works. Concert didn't start it. Andrew's rep says he hopes this public step brings some finality, so his family can move on in peace. He doesn't plan to say more about it in no interviews, no big statements. It's like he's drawing a line, protecting his space. Meanwhile, Andy Byron's wife wipes her social media clean, probably to avoid the chatter. The whole thing feels like a whirlwind, pulling in families, jobs, and even a rock band show into one tangled mess. Think about how fast news spreads these days. That one video from the concert turns into headlines across TV, websites, and social feeds. Fans of Coldplay are buzzing, some even spot Chris Martin joking about it at another show just days later. On July 19th, during a performance, he warns the crowd about ending up on the screen. Make sure your makeup is good. It's his lighthearted way of poking fun at what happened, but it keeps the story alive. People love a good drama, especially when it mixes music, tech, and surprise twists. For the folks at Astronomer, it's a tough spot. The company was on a high with that fresh funding growing strong. Now, they have to deal with questions about leadership and trust. Pete DeJoy steps up as interim CEO, keeping things steady while they figure out the next move.
Ow.
No one knows exactly what's next for Andy or Kristin career-wise. They've both gone quiet. But the scandal shows how one public moment can change everything overnight. Andrew's side adds another layer. Running a family-run business isn't easy. It's got history and pride tied to it. He's focused on that and on his kids. By confirming the separation happened earlier, he's trying to set the record straight. No blame, just facts. It's a reminder that behind the headlines, real people are navigating hard choices. The divorce filing's just paperwork now, but it closes a chapter for them. This story isn't just about a concert clip. It's about how lives connect in unexpected ways. A night out for music turns into a spotlight on work relationships and home lives. The tech world watches closely because Astronomer matters in data handling, and leaders set examples. Fans keep sharing the video, turning it into a pop culture moment. Even Chris Martin, with his easy smile, becomes part of the tale without meaning to. As days pass since the filing, the buzz might fade, but the lessons stick. A world full of cameras and quick shares, privacy feels fragile. For Kristin and Andrew, it's time to heal separately. For Astronomer, it's about rebuilding trust. And for all of us, it's a wild reminder that sometimes the stars align in the strangest ways, like at a Coldplay show where a kiss cam steals the show. Let's dive deeper into the concert vibe to see why it felt so electric. Picture the stadium packed, the summer air warm, and Coldplay playing hits like Yellow and Fix You. Chris Martin has this habit of engaging the crowd, making it personal. When he zooms in on that couple, the energy shifts. The video shows them leaning in, arms around each other, but then they pull back when they realize they're on display. Chris's quip, "Are you having an affair? Or are you just shy?" gets a big laugh, but it plants the seed for suspicion. Grace Springer's clip captures it perfectly, shaky phone footage, but clear enough to spark curiosity. Online detectives jump in fast. They match faces to profiles, linking Andy to Astronomer and Kristin to her role there. Hashtags start trending. Hashtag COLDPLAY, KissCam, hashtag Astronomer drama. Outlets pick it up, from entertainment sites to business pages. The irony hits hard. Astronomer sounds like it studies stars, but this scandal is all about earthly drama under the stadium lights. Kristin's job as chief people officer meant she was key to company culture. She helped with hiring, training, and keeping morale high. Andy, as CEO since 2023, steered the ship through growth. Their resignations come quick, showing how seriously the board takes it. The statement about Andy says he failed to meet our standards of conduct. For Kristin, it's simpler. She just leaves. No big explanation. Andrew's world is different. Privateer Rum is a craft maker, focusing on quality over mass production. It's based in Maine, with roots going back ages. As a sixth-generation leader, Andrew carries a legacy. His spokesperson S words to people are calm. Andrew and Kristin had been privately and amicably separated several weeks before the Coldplay concert. Their decision to divorce was already underway prior to that event. It paints a picture of a couple who parted ways on good terms, away from the public eye. The hope for closure and privacy shows he's done with the attention. The divorce filing in New Hampshire court lists the basics: date, names, request to end it. No messy details spill out. Andy's personal life stays more private, but his wife's social media purge speaks volumes. LinkedIn gone for both him and Kristin. Smart move to dodge job hunters or critics. Coldplay keeps touring, and Chris's follow-up joke at the next show ties it back. "If you're on the Jumbotron, do your makeup," he says, winking at the crowd. It humanizes the band, showing they're in on the fun without digging deeper. For Astronomer, the funding round was a win, but this tests resilience. Data ops is competitive. Trust in leaders counts. Pete DeJoy, as co-founder, knows the ins and outs. He focuses on the platform's strengths, helping companies manage info flow smoothly. This saga wraps up loose ends with the divorce news, but echoes linger. It sparks talks about work boundaries, public slip-ups, and moving on. In the end, it's a tale of one night that rippled far, touching careers, families, and even a bit of music magic. Life's full of surprises, and this one proves how connected we all are.